I'm not trying to be a complainer, okay? And I am not a type of person that is against working. Yesterday it was my birthday. I went to the gym for 3 hours. When I quit my job back in February, I was going to the gym for like 5 hours almost every day for that month I was off of work. I created like 50 songs that are on YouTube and whatever, Spotify or iTunes. In last year, I'm a single father and I run a household with 2 teenagers that I have full custody of. I work my butt off, okay? I have a full-time job, which I'm going to right now. But there's a lot of people, it's not just the laziness. Yes, that's a factor. That's a factor in it. Laziness. And a lot of these people who are anti-work are just communists. And I'm not a communist, okay? I don't believe in that. If you look at communism throughout history, it's caused famine and hundreds of million people have perished because of communism. They starved to death or they were just murdered by their governments. So I'm not advocating for communism like a lot of these people on the left are. But I am awake to the bullshit this system is. I have no problem with people being rich either. That's not a problem. People who work hard and they get to reap the benefits, the fruit of their labor, that's awesome. I got a problem with these parasite, ultra rich, wealthy people who try to run our lives, who don't bring nothing to the table. All they do is like buy companies, which they don't care about. They don't make any decisions other than things that go for their political agenda. And that's it. And these people have like most of the wealth in the world, or like half of the wealth in the world. I don't know. They got a ton of wealth. And you got a government like my government in America where they steal my money and taxes, and then they don't invest it back into my community. They give it to other countries. At the same time, they're supposed to like be protecting our country from people coming here illegally, which I don't have a problem with immigration. I don't. But I want it to be legal, and I want it to be it doesn't need to be 1 million people a year. Maybe it does one day, but let people get assimilated with how we do things in America, you know, like learn English before our values, whatever our values are anymore. I guess it really just depends on the area you live in. But yeah, I got a government that siphons from me, gives to other countries like Ukraine. They want to, they give them aid to help arm Ukraine or whatever they want to do with that. And then they want to try to take our guns away. It's just like, you literally gave $80 billion worth of technology to the Taliban, and then you want to take our guns, and then you want us to pay for this shit. You know, it's like, dude, I'm not one of these people who support Trump or MAGA supporters that are just like brainwashed. You know what I mean? I'm not tribalism. Like people are into tribalism and they'll just go with whatever their side says. I'm not like that. Like, I got my own opinions. I'm not just gonna go 100% with whatever they say, you know? It's like Brandon Tatum. I like Brandon Tatum. I think I brought him up before. I like him. He's an ex-cop, and he likes to defend cops all the time. It's even like, I didn't watch his video, but it's just like, I think he was defending the cops in Texas, with that school shooting on. You know, I don't mind sheriffs and stuff like, you know, people like that. It's the city cops I really got a problem with, because usually they're not a part of the community and they don't give a damn about you. And that's why people need it. Like, here's a solution. People need to form communities. You know, I hear people on the right talk about, oh, we're going to a metaverse and we're going to be digital slaves and this and that. Dude, we're already physical slaves, man. We're already physical slaves for a system that don't give a crap about us. But listen, why don't people on the right, or like people who are supposedly on my side, moderates, whatever, why don't they form their own communities? They don't. I don't have the resources, but a lot of these people do. A lot of these people could start communities, but they don't. They don't restore these small towns that have been abandoned. They don't try to balkanize to go in states and hunker down. They stay in blue areas, in blue states. And I know not everybody has the resources to move. I get that. But there's a lot of people who are on the right too, and then they continue to complain about the state that they're in. I sacrificed a lot moving from Washington State to Missouri. I'm not going to say my life is hunky-dory. I'm not exactly where I want to be in my life. I don't really like the town I'm in. But at least I'm not vaccinated. At least I have some rights. You know? A lot of these issues that we have should just be left up to the states, whether it's abortion or, you know what, these people on the left that want to take all the guns away and ARs or like 9mm handguns, like that's what they're gonna go to next. People just don't understand. Just, if you don't want, just do away with your Second Amendment in your state. Like, just stay away from ours. You do what you want to do. I got a problem, but I do got a problem with them murdering children that are born. You know what I mean? Like, they want to murder kids they're trying to pass bills that murder babies that are born after 28 days. Like, why are they advocating for murder? You know what I mean? But for the most part, things should just be left up to the states. And that's it. People need to start their own communities, and that's how we get out of this system, and try to be off the system as much as possible and self-sufficient. The best capitalist system would be a ton of small companies, no more corporate crap. That's what they need to get rid of, corporate. They need to ban monopolization. They need to ban corporate, all that stuff. this globalist. It should just be like on your region. You know what I mean? You shouldn't have these companies that you just don't. I don't think that you need these companies, and that's the problem I have with management. A lot of these people in management are unnecessary. You know, I make fun of these managers in some of my videos, and I have more videos I have ideas for I'm gonna come out with, that they don't produce nothing, yet they get paid more than the people that produce shit, and they don't do shit. They're a parasite. And I'm not like these people on the right that are conservatives that don't want to progress because I think technology is a solution. You know, I like Bitcoin. I think that's freedom. And I like robots doing monotonous jobs. You know, people who are against that, it's like, then why don't you just have a horse? I don't want to be in old times. I would rather have robots do my monotonous work, and people in general's monotonous work, and me be able to focus on other things like working on my body, creating things, instead of having to go and do some, like I'm about to go in here right now and do this stupid job that I really don't get any. It's just holding down my bills. It's all it's doing. I don't have any type of stake and profits in the company. You know, and that's the problem with corporatization is people don't care. The employees don't care because they're just a rented entity. That's all they are. That's all I am, is just rented. People would care more if they had a stake in the company. You know, people would, at companies, big companies, people probably would steal less. They probably would make sure things are more tidy. But people just do the bare minimum because if you work harder, you don't get anywhere. And it's like, you're doing it for somebody else. It's just stupid. This whole system is like, I understand the whole point of, if people don't work, stuff doesn't get made. I'm not an idiot. If everyone stopped working, we would have a massive famine. So many people would die. I get that. And that's why I'm not for a universal basic income right now. That's why I'm not for any of that, because right now, to be able to have that, you have to rely on other people's backs. Their slavery. Until robots come and do our work for us. When robots come and do the work for us, and that's what I want, then, you know, I'd have more time to be out in nature. Like all these people, get out in nature. I'd have more fucking time to get out in nature if I didn't have to do this stupid job for 40 hours a week. Or I should, honestly, I should be working a second job. I don't want to work 60 hours a week to maybe get a little bit ahead. I don't want to. I don't want to have a side hustle. I don't want every single waking second of my life just be working constantly. And that's where people are at. They're just tired of this.